and welcome to this men's Supa-Liga round 8 clash between the first placed Northern Hawks and Phoenix Futsal Club. Starting lineups today: Daniel Famato with Ches Houston, the number 5, Nishan Alagoda, the number 51, Michael Howard, the number 2, and Adriano Jelenovic up top, the number 22. And for the Phoenix Futsal Club, it's Miguel Oliveira, the captain, who scored the number 11. So Phoenix have taken an early lead here. Miguel Oliveira lines up with Kalechi Nemeni, the number 9, Cheyenne Bamani, the number 12, and James Eustace, the number 2, with Casey Fitzgerald in goals wearing the number 1. And a good start for the Phoenix, who came off a narrow defeat to the West Coast Cobras last week, thanks to a last-second penalty, really, which secured the 3 points for the men in green. However, they put up a good fight to the very end, that's for sure. The man of the match from that game was Justin Pearce, despite being on the losing side, and he's absent from tonight's match, so a big out for the Phoenix boys. However, they've still got more than enough talent to win this game, as shown by the early advantage they have taken through their captain, D. Oliveira. Oliveira plays his outdoor football for the Gosnell City, who are top of State League Div 2 at the moment, and they were a late pickup for the Phoenix in the transfer window this season after D. Oliveira moved over from the West Coast Cobras, obviously having a lot of success with them last season, playing part in what was a gallant effort in a losing grand final against the Northern Hawks, as Adriano Jelenovic into the corner finds Houston, who gives it back to Jelenovic. Alagoda, Houston looking for Jelenovic, but that ball intercepted, and Bamani looking to set Oliveira on the attack, but Alagoda has got Howard, who just about keeps it in, and Eustace stands tall and defends well. Ball out from the side. Jelenovic is dangerous from this range, is his shot blocked behind Northern Hawks corner as Howard makes his way to the bench. Rindell on now as Jonathan Silas points to the far side for where the corner needs to be taken, as Jelenovic over this one lets it run through his legs. He finds Houston in the middle. Jelenovic now, and he's hit the outside of the woodwork very nearly from the Croatian, who has been a dominant force in the league this season. Played part in Armidel's FFA Cup run. Scored 2 goals in the round of 32. Lost last week, however. He was stellar and did all he could, as Oliveira wins it at the halfway line, but Houston wins it back. Famato finds Alagoda, who plays it forward to Jelenovic. Jelenovic looking for the back post, and Dunn comes out and clears. And now it's a real chance for Phoenix. Bamani, ball to the back post looking for D. Oliveira, but nothing doing. As Famato's off his line now. He's in shooting territory. Famato! And a big opportunity there for the Hawks, number 7, who knows he should have made more of that opportunity as he hurries back to his line. D. Oliveira in a tussle with Rindell. And D. Oliveira goes down there. It's a cheap foul that's been won from the number 11. Tom Claver fooled once again, perhaps, as the Phoenix Futsal Club will have a free kick in. I wouldn't say it's a dangerous area, but if they work it well, they can definitely test out Famato. It's Eustace, and shots like that aren't going to cut it, as Houston will restart play from the far side, as Rindell makes the run, leaves it for Bredemeyer. He's got time and space, and he finds Rindell, who's forced back to Houston, finds Jelenovic. He's in territory now, but Nemeni does well. However, Jelenovic does better and wins it back. Jelenovic in a tussle with Nemeni, and he's got the better of him. Tries to work a ball to the back post, but it's defended well by the Phoenix. As Jelenovic through the middle, Houston has got a finish. Now, Fitzgerald made the initial save, but Brodemeyer was there on the follow-up, and the 21-year-old Callum Brodemeyer scoring his third goal of the season, and that's a big one for them. It gets them back into the game as Sasakuma back on, or I shouldn't say back on, he's on for the first minutes in this game, but back on after playing a part in their victory last match in the Supa-Liga B, and as well as that, Rickon Ropley. And just as I'm saying that, a shot deflected behind. Phoenix have a corner. Eustace is in territory here. He can shoot on the left foot, but he takes this one on the right as Bamani makes way to the bench. Habta Gergish back on. The Inglewood midfielder, who is an instrumental part of their B side and playing first team tonight. He should be an instrumental part in their A side, you'd think, is Brodemeyer. A loose touch from him. He's under pressure now. And Rendell loses out. Habta Gergish. Eustace. 1-2 with De Oliveira. However, can't put it into the run of the number 2, James Eustace. And Nemeni now. Eustace. Step over. Ball looking for the back post, but it's cut out by Rendell, who gives it to Sasakuma. Rendell plays Brodemeyer, who gives it back to Sasakuma, and they found Rendell again. However, Oliveira has slid in and won the ball back with the challenge. Habta Gergish, he's found Eustace. He has Nemeni on the far side, and it's a good ball through from Nemeni, but it was a smart ball, but it didn't quite have the pepper on it that it needed. As Nyod Mikhail comes on now, the brother of the number 10 Herman, also plays outdoor football for the Inglewood United under 20 side. As Brodemeyer looking for his second, his shot deflected, and Nemeni Mikhail, that one's a loose one, and Rendell's away with it. What a goal that would have been from Devin Rendell, using a bit of magic to get beyond. I think it was Habta Gergish, but it was a good save in the end from Fitzgerald, denying potentially a goal of the week contender. As Fitzgerald now, he gives it out to Mikhail, who's found Oliveira, and that's a loose pass from the number 11. Mikhail's under pressure, and he puts that one into touch. The Northern Hawks to restart from the side, and Rendell now. He has Sasakuma, who finds Ropley in the corner. A good ball from Rickon Ropley, and Sasakuma one-on-one with De Oliveira. And nothing doing for us. Back to Rendell, who has Ropley in the corner. Rendell, ball to the back post, but it's cut out by Mikhail. And a good ball from Habta Gergish. De Oliveira cuts inside, and it's a good effort from the number 11 with the Ronaldo shot to create some space, and a gallant effort on his weaker left foot. As Phoenix have a corner. Ball looking for the back post, and it's found Nemeni. He's in range. Mikhail, Habta Gergish, takes on Ropley, but can't find the back post. Out for a corner once again. De Oliveira spins, and that one off target. Limbachia on now for his first minutes of the season. Tej Limbachia, he featured for them last season, and it's good to see him back as De Philippis now. Limbachia finds De Oliveira, who beats. What a goal that is! He's beat De Philippis, and he's set Limbachia up with his first touch of the game, and he's put that one into an empty net. Tej Limbachia, and it's all Miguel De Oliveira there. 1 goal and 1 assist for the captain, as Sasakuma will restart. The Hawks are going to be annoyed but not rattled, as De Philippis now, he'll be looking to make amends. As Rendell, oh, that's a good ball from Ropley, and again, and that one out on the far side of Northern. Hawks kick in, As Rindell, good shot from Rindell, and Ropley got the final touch. It's a good save from Fitzgerald. De Oliveira, he's got Limbacia. He can work it to the back post, but Famato cuts that one out. And Ropley, a loose touch from the number 26. No. As De Oliveira, Haptic Ergish. De Oliveira again. And Mikhail making the forward run, but they can't quite pick him out. De Oliveira, ball over the top, and it falls short. Sasakuma cuts it out. De Philippis. Houston back on now. He's found Rindell, one-on-one with Haptic Ergish. Cuts inside expertly and back out. Houston, ball through looking for De Philippis, but it's cut out by Haptic Ergish, and it's a 3-on-1 now. But Houston defends well, showing us all his good defensive acumen to make that interception. It's De Oliveira. Jelenovic back on now. And Limbacha looses out to Jelenovic, and there's got to be a card coming out for that challenge. Limbacha has lost out to Jelenovic and pulled him back, and the goal scorer almost turned villain there. But he did what he had to do, and they'll have a free kick well within the range of the players on the court for the Hawks. It looks like it's going to be Rindell standing over this one, along with Houston and De Philippis and Jelenovic, who I'd expect to be standing over. It looks like he won't be. He might make a block, and Rindell takes it. It's blocked by the wall as Haptic Ergish looking to draw a foul. He's got his back to goal, but squeezes the ball through somehow. That's a loose pass from Mikhail. De Philippis is away with it. Houston, he had more time than he realised there. And that one rather easy for Fitzgerald Dunn to cut out. And Haptic Ergish, ball over the top. Houston does well. Nemeni does better, but he's pushed Mikhail out wider than he would have liked. And that one away for a ball from the side. Nishana got her back on. Jelenovic. And he's found De Philippis, who finds Jelenovic once again. One-on-one with De Oliveira. And De Oliveira defends well, but it's only as far as De Philippis. And there's a foul from Miguel De Oliveira. And the one that likes to draw the fouls has given one away. As De Philippis, he'll restart from the halfway line. Houston, he's in range now. And a touch a little bit too heavy from Ches. Houston was unable to get the shot off. De Philippis. And he finds Jelenovic. Oh, well done from Adriano Jelenovic to squeeze the shot off from an acute angle, but couldn't quite direct it on target. It's a timeout that's been called by the Phoenix Futsal Club. Diego Garcia will be looking to do everything he can to have them hold on to their league. They started off the better of the two sides. You have to say De Oliveira in particular has looked lively. That's not to say that the Hawks haven't had their chances. They could have been more clinical. They definitely would have liked to be more clinical, but still plenty of time left in the match. 7 minutes to go in this first half. And neither side in foul trouble yet. As we'll just run through the goal scorers. Miguel De Oliveira, 1 goal, 1 assist. Tej Limbacia scoring the other goal, and Shayan Bamani assisting that one. Sorry, Shayan Bamani assisted Miguel De Oliveira's first goal. De Oliveira assisted Limbacia's goal. And for the Northern Hawks, it's Bredemeyer, the lone goal scorer, after he finished off nicely when the ball fell kindly to him at the back post. As we will see Haptic Ergish line up with Mikhail, Nemeni and Bamani for the Phoenix. Alagoda with Houston, Jelenovic and Michael Howard back on now. And Houston wins that one back, and he's taken on Nemeni, and he squeezed it through. Howard had to do better. Jelenovic won't miss from there. He will. However, he finishes on the second attempt. And Adriano Jelenovic proving to all as well he's such a big name in West Australian football and futsal with that tidy finish into the corner. He can do that on a regular basis. Adriano Jelenovic scores goals in almost every match he plays, in one of the most, if not the most important part of this Northern Hawks side. As Mikhail Nimeni down the line, but only as far as Howard, who puts that one into touch. Nimeni will get it back, and Mikhail now, sorry, it's Hapta Gergish, who takes on Alagoida. And he's still going Hapta Gergish, but it's defended well by Houston. And on the second attempt, it's put out for a corner. Hapta Gergish looking to cut inside, shot blocked. Hapta Gergish spins through, but Jelenovic comes away with this one, and is still going Jelenovic. Ball still in place somehow, and Houston, and his pass looking for Howard, a loose one. And that trickles out on the near side as Mikhail Bermani. Hapta Gergish back to goal, but he's found Mikhail expertly. He's given it to Nemeni at the back post, and it's a good save from Daniel Fumato, who releases Jelenovic. And almost an inch perfect throw from Fumato. We've seen him do a lot of them in previous weeks. He was instrumental in setting up two of their goals last week against Rossi, but very nearly, although not to be on that occasion, as Alagoida will collect this one from the side. Houston. Howard. Well, loose pass from Howard, but it's a good save from Fumato. And Howard knows he should have done better there. It was well read by Mikhail, who's had a good spell in these last couple of minutes, setting up Nemeni at the back post and almost scoring one of his own. Houston puts that one into touch. Nemeni now. Ball through the middle looking for Mikhail, who turns, but nothing doing. It's defended well by Jelenovic, who clears his lines. And Mikhail. Nemeni takes Rundell down the line, rather easily in fact. And there it should have been. Nemeni linked up well with Hapta Gergish before missing a sitter at the back post. But having said that, it's a good spell of play from Phoenix. They could have quite easily made something of the last 2 or 3 chances they've had and be well within the lead here. The Hawks will live to die another day, and many know if you don't punish the Hawks when you have the opportunity to do so, they will punish you later on in the game. However, it's another ball that gets through. Bermani. Fumato forced to come out and clear once again, and the number 7's been in good form. He's been alert. The Hawks may have found themselves in a bad position if he hadn't been on his game today. As Houston, a ball through looking for Jelenovic. That one didn't miss by much. As Mikhail, he resets with Hapta Gergish, who has Nemeni. Hapta Gergish makes a run forward and calls for it, but Bermani is under pressure from Jelenovic, and a loose pass from him sees possession change hands. Sasakuma finds Houston. Houston looking for the runner in Dell, but recycles possession out to the opposite flank in Sasakuma, whose loose pass is intercepted by Nemeni. Houston's won it back deep in his own half, but it trickles out in the end, and a bit of retaliation there from Chaz Houston, belting the ball into the wall, shows that the number 5 doesn't appear to be happy. And the Hawks getting confused defensively. Bermani has way too much space there as Rundell comes away with it in the end. He's found Sasakuma. Still going Sasakuma, turns around Mikhail. Rundell, Jelenovic, ball to the back post, Sasakuma. He's laid it off to Jelenovic. Oh, and it's a good save from Casey Dunn, denying Jelenovic's early brace. And here's released. Hapta Gergish long with a great throw, but it's cut out even better by Rendell. And that ball trickles out on the far side. Hapchigergish looking to return back to Mikhail, but nothing doing. Mikhail gets it on this occasion. Bamani down the line. Mikhail, Hapchigergish. Bamani one-on-one with Jelenovic. However, the Croatian sets no. I think that's a soft foul there from Ton Claver. Nothing wrong with a bit of use of the body, but the referee is seeing something different as Bamani will line up from 10 to 12 meters out from goal. Again, the shot will have to be something else to test Tomato from this range. His pass looking for the back post, but it's a poor one really, as Rendell's away now. Devin Rendell, Houston, but another save from Fitzgerald. And if you saw it from my angle, you saw the angle Houston needed to find. The far side of the goal was open, but he fired it right into the sliding figure of Fitzgerald, and the Hawks now squander a chance to take the lead. But what an end-to-end game we have on our hands as Rendell, Jelenovic, back to Rendell, Sasakuma Ropley. Ropley turns, he loses out to Nemeni. However, it's a tired pass from the number 9. Changes possession over as Sasakuma, Rendell, a real opportunity here, but it's defended well by Bamani. Cuts out the number 10 from causing any further damage as Sasakuma to Jelenovic. And looking down the line, a Northern Hawks ball from the side. Jelenovic plays Ropley, who looks to return to Jelenovic, but the pass is second too late. And it's a good opportunity now for Mikhail. Is it going to go in? Somehow Formatos kept it out, and it's a sign of a keeper on the top of his game. He's made a save and now he's turned defence into attack. However, Bamani defended Jelenovic well. And now we may have a chance for the Phoenix as Bamani still going. Loose pass from him, and only as far as Sasakuma. However, the Hawks are under pressure, but they found Jelenovic, who will spark an attack of his own. And Ropley, ball looking for Rendell's run, but he's not there in time. And Phoenix will have another chance before the half ends. Will there be one last twist in the tail for this first half? I don't think so. That's all for the first half, folks. Scores level at 2-2. Michael DeFilippis, Callum Bredemeyer and Adriano Jelenovic scoring for the Northern Hawks, with Miguel De Oliveira and Cheyenne Bamani scoring for the Phoenix Futsal Club. And we'll be back in just a moment with an interview from Miguel De Oliveira. Now, Miguel, you've played a great game so far, picking up the first goal of the game and assisting the second. It's obviously always going to be a tough contest against the Northern Hawks. Yeah. But what do you have to do to get over the line?
I think we're playing well. We're creating our chances, just not putting them away. They're a good team, so we need to create the chance because they can score any time. So we have to be a little bit more focused, but we'll get there and hopefully come back with 3 points. Thanks, bud.
Thank you. And wise words there from the Phoenix captain, who has had a great start to his campaign with his new side. He scored 4 goals in his first 6 matches, and he's got another half to potentially pick up a 5th. He has made me really regret letting him go in the mid-season window, as I definitely feel like he's shining even more so than he did for us with the Phoenix Futsal Club. As we can just listen into the Northern Hawks halftime team talk. It doesn't look like Coach Greg Farrell is happy. He is giving his side quite the spray, but they'll know what they have to do in this second half to get themselves back into this game. Or I wouldn't say back into this game, but to get themselves over the line. Both sides are in this game. The Phoenix have played very well so far, catching out The Hawks on the break with a lot of good balls through the middle, and if it wasn't for some heroic saves from Daniel Fumato, they could definitely find themselves behind in the contest. As De Oliveira lines up with Eustace, Nemeni and Haptegurgish for Phoenix, Bredemeyer, Rindell, Ropley and Houston for the Northern Hawks. And Phoenix to take kickoff, Eustace, Haptegurgish. Eustace gives it back to Haptegurgish. And ball back to Eustace. Oliveira now. Eustace.
Step in closer, Cal.
Haptegurgish forced back to Eustace, seeing a lot of time on the ball in the early moments of this half, the youngster. And a good ball out to the flank. In fact, no, that one has trickled out. Can't find the run of Nemeni. It's Ropley, Rindell. A loose touch from Ropley. However, his look to take on Haptegurgish loses out in the end. De Oliveira, step over, but can't beat Houston. And a great ball to Eustace, who shot from range, but doesn't trouble Daniel Fumato, who holds on to that one. And what a ball over the top from Fumato. And Bredemeyer did well to get on the end of it, but it was always going to be a tough task to finish from that angle. As Fitzgerald looking for De Oliveira, but the ball rolls under his foot as Ropley back roll to Rindell, putting him under a load of pressure, but he got to the ball first. However, had to see it out. Eustace, Fitzgerald finds De Oliveira, who turns well and gives it to Haptegurgish. Eustace now, De Oliveira! And I think Fumato got a touch on that one. What a save from the number 7. Denying De Oliveira his 5th goal of the season. As Nemeni shot blocked by Bredemeyer. And he's under pressure at the back now. Haptegurgish. Nemeni. Eustace down the line for De Oliveira. He looks for the run of Nemeni. And I don't know if Tom Claver's got that one right. I didn't see too much in it. It looked like a bit of a tumble from Nemeni. But I don't know if there was really much contact as Haptegurgish gets the snapshot off. That one blocked behind. As Haptegurgish down the line looking for Nemeni. Eustace. Ball to Haptegurgish, who can look to create space for the shot. Eustace. De Oliveira. Eustace back to De Oliveira, who finds Haptegurgish. But the Hawks defending tight and they can't manufacture a shot. Eustace down the line, but defended well by De Philippis. That one rolls behind. As Bredemeyer, he's got De Philippis in support and finds the number 9, who finishes with a plum. What a finish from Michael De Philippis with the outside of the right boot. Nothing Casey Dunn could have done about that one. And Bredemeyer, the goal scorer, finds himself an assist, and what a finish from De Philippis, who got dribbled rather easily for the Phoenix second goal, but he's made amends for it and finished that one expertly. The 18-year-old who is playing in the first team this season for Morley Windmills. He would have played against Miguel De Oliveira a couple of weeks ago as Gosnell City defeated the Windmills 3-1. But it looks like it's De Philippis' side, the Northern Hawks, who might come out on top on this occasion. They're in the hot seat to do so now. It's Bredemeyer. His pass intercepted by Haptegurgish and De Oliveira. Houston wins it on this occasion, but a rushed effort from the number 5. And it wasn't goal bound. Eustace ball over the top. Bredemeyer cuts it out. And he looked for the runner in jail, but the number 10 couldn't get anything on it as Howard back on now. And De Philippis does really well. But in fact, no, they've won the foul. The Northern Hawks, De Philippis, shoulder to shoulder. Oh, and a chance here. And Houston misses the follow-up after a good initial save from Fitzgerald. And it looks to be the Hawks with all the momentum now as De Oliveira through the legs of Howard. And a ball through from Eustace, and it's a good one. Fancy feet from De Oliveira. And Eustace in a tussle with Bredemeyer, but the number 2 fires wide and high as Sasakuma back on now. The ball with Famato, who drops it off at the feet of De Philippis, who gets it back. He's under pressure from De Oliveira. Looks to squeeze that one into the run of Bredemeyer, but not on this occasion, as Eustace gets it back. Haptik Gergish down the line for De Oliveira, who halts the attack and resets with Eustace. He gives it back to De Oliveira. Mikhail. And he gives it back to De Oliveira, who's one-on-one with Sasakuma now. And he unleashes Eustace, who returns to De Oliveira. And there it is! Mikhail De Oliveira. I think it took a deflection on the way through, but he's not going to mind. The number 11 scoring his second of the afternoon and 6th goal of the season. He's in prime position to clinch his hat-trick and man of the match honours, you'd think. 2 goals and an assist for the captain today. And the score's back at level pegging. 3 goals to 3 is De Oliveira once again, but he's touched loose on this occasion. And a ball into the run of Sasakuma. De Philippis, toe poke. Dunn catches it. And Oliveira brings it down well. He looks to Turner and jail, but he's unable to on this occasion. Limbacia. Mikhail. Limbacia, De Oliveira. Limbacia loses out to Rangel, but wins it back from the side. De Oliveira, he has space now. A couple of step overs. He loses out to Sasakuma. And the referee confident that the ball was won. No foul on this occasion. Ball through the middle, looking for Haptik Gergish, Jelenovic. Rindel. De Philippis. Rindel. Looking for De Philippis down the line, but that one cut out. Rindel. He substitutes with Ropley, who's under immediate pressure. But De Philippis now, he looks for the runner Ropley. And Casey Dunn clears his lines. Jelenovic. He spins and shoots. A deflection, taking it into the arms of Dunn as Limbacia. And that one goes the way of the Northern Hawks. De Philippis to restart. He gets it back. And he's looking to find Jelenovic. You can see they all are. Sasakuma. And that pass can't find the run of the Croatian. As Fitzgerald over the top. Limbacia, he's lost out. Ropley, Jelenovic into the grateful arms of Dunn. That one cut out by De Philippis. Jelenovic looking for the back post, but Mikhail defends well, or Haptik Gergish rather. And Ropley in the middle loses out. Haptik Gergish, De Oliveira, and De Philippis does well. Wins the ball back for the Northern Hawks as All the way back to Famato, who's found Jelenovic, but he can't turn Limbacia. And Jelenovic, ball to the back post, and it was a good one to Ropley. But it was turned away by the Phoenix. A ball from the side. Jelenovic mistouches De Oliveira, and he's gone down there. Sasakuma catching him on the way through. And Sasakuma picking up the yellow card. And Mikhail now standing over this one. Shot from range, but it's a weak effort, not going to trouble Famato. Jelenovic's ball can't get through. De Oliveira cuts inside, and nothing called. Shouts for handball. Ton Claver claiming the ball. The arm was by his side, and it's a chance for the Hawks. Sasakuma defended well by Mikhail. Forced back to Famato, who finds Alagoida, who gives it to Ropley. Jelenovic, ball to the back post, Ropley, there it is! Rickon Ropley, and it was a good passage of play from the Northern Hawks. Jelenovic proving influential, working to the ball to the back post, and Ropley makes no mistake from that distance. As the Hawks back on top. 9 minutes to go. Nimeni back on. Haptegurgish. Mikhail. De Oliveira. Haptegurgish. De Oliveira again. Can he be the hero and single-handedly get his side back into the match, or even win it for the Phoenix? As Haptegurgish, that one trickles out in the end. De Oliveira, Haptegurgish, De Oliveira again, step over, trying to get beyond Houston, and gets it back. Great work at Fixo from De Oliveira, as calm and as cool as he liked. And that shot didn't miss by much. Had Famato scrambling and almost forced a save out of him. As Houston has Jelenovic, but can't find him on this occasion. And it's a timeout for Phoenix, who are still within touching distance of the Hawks this game. A very end-to-end game, could honestly go either way. Chances at either end, and both sides playing very well. De Oliveira in particular, the standout for Phoenix. He's backed himself 2 goals and also an assist, and you'd have to say Jelenovic, the standout for the Northern Hawks. He's scored 1 goal and assisted the last one to Rickon Ropley. If the Hawks win, they will go outright top of the table, or at least until the Spearwood Lions play. However, the league is that close that if the Phoenix win, they could find themselves just outside the top 4. However, a loss would see them slump further and further to the wrong end of the table. They will be in 9th position, but 3 points behind any of their opponents in and around them on the table, as it's the same lineup for the Phoenix and the Hawks after the timeout. And that one's won by Jelenovic. And De Oliveira maybe a little bit static there, but I don't think Dunn put him in an optimal position. A roll to the number 11's feet, and he was under immense pressure from the beginning. Nishan Alagoda. And he's defended well by Nemeni. Haptegurgish sends through Mikhail, but a vital touch on it from Sasakuma. And the Hawks with fire in their eyes now as Jelenovic makes his way forward. Can't get beyond it, Mikhail. Sasakuma has Houston. As ball looking for the run of Sasakuma, but Alagoda can't find him. De Oliveira, Nemeni. And De Oliveira again. A loose touch from Nemeni, but he gets away with it. De Oliveira, great ball down the line. Mikhail now. He's got Haptegurgish one-on-one with Houston. He's found Mikhail in space. But again, although the shot was heading toward the top corner, didn't have the pace in it to really be troubling Famato. And that shot from Nemeni much the same. However, didn't even have the accuracy as that one wide of Famato's goal. He goes long for Rindell. He's in. Advantage played, Bredemeyer. And Nemeni comes away with it. Ball to Mikhail. But he slows down the attack and can't get his footing right. It's a rolling foul against the Phoenix for Nemeni's challenge on Rindell. Houston, Rindell, Bredemeyer. Just about gets it out to Houston. Alagoda, that one intercepted. Haptegurgish, shot blocked by Rindell. He's got no one forward of the ball, so he goes himself. One-on-one with Mikhail, spins around him. But Mikhail defends well as Nemeni. Ball through, De Oliveira has it on. And Alagoda in a foot race with Haptegurgish, but the youngster does well in clearing his lines is Oliveira. Nemeni stumbles, gets back on his feet. Haptegurgish, Mikhail, sorry. De Oliveira. Mikhail, he has lost out. Houston has as well, and that one into touch for a Phoenix ball. Mikhail, De Oliveira, chip forward. Can he find Haptegurgish? Not quite. As De Oliveira, Mikhail, Eustace, the fly keeper, on now for Phoenix. And it's all hands on deck here for the Northern Hawks. The Phoenix throwing the kitchen sink at them with the fifth man. It's Eustace. De Oliveira, Nemeni, Eustace. They've got to move it quickly. It's the only way to break down a defense as tight as the Hawks is. It's a good ball from Eustace to find De Oliveira. Nemeni back to De Oliveira. Nemeni again. Eustace on the near side. Spreads play to De Oliveira well. He gives it back to Eustace. Works the corner. Haptegurgish. Back place. De Oliveira! But it's a game-winning save from Famato. Denying the number 11 his hat-trick, and again, this time blocked away from Houston. And only 4 minutes left on the clock. As Eustace hurries to the bench, Fitzgerald back on. And it's a timeout from the Northern Hawks, and Greg Farrell's going to have to look to consolidate his defense. The side that is widely regarded as the best in the league at playing the fly keeper. How are they going to do it defending it? As Phoenix, it's been known that it's been an effective tactic for them this season. It has got them back into some games and very nearly got them back into others. Eustace has been trusted with the bib every time they've played it this season, and I think it's quite a wise choice from Coach Garcia. Eustace is known for his composure on the ball. He's good on both feet, so if he's pressed on one angle, He can always find the pass with the other foot. Hawks are just going to have to stay compact and look to intercept any diagonal balls especially, or deal with the ones flying toward the back post when they come, as Nemeni, Mikhail, Habta Gergish and D. Oliveira, Jelenovic, Houston, Michael Howard, Rindell and Ropley. Ball over the top from Howard, and they've caught the Phoenix asleep. Howard's got to do better there. A chance to put the game to bed, but he's placed it over. As the Phoenix are able to get back into the fifth man. Mikhail at the back. Eustace, Mikhail. Nemeni. Mikhail, Eustace, back to Mikhail. Mikhail. Nemeni. Mikhail once again working the ball patiently now, as they found Habta Gergish in the corner, and Miguel Oliveira. Oh, what a chance for the hat trick. As Howard, loose pass. Habta Gergish, can he take on Houston? Mikhail. And that shot well over the bar. Famato looks over the top, but he's cut out well by Mikhail. And Eustace coming back on now. De Oliveira looking to take on Ropley, but Ropley's done well. He's shooting that one out and done back on now. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Howard. And Fitzgerald done. Long to Habta Gergish, who has Nemeni, Eustace. And he resets. Mikhail high on the flank now. Rotates around as Nemeni. Eustace down the line. De Oliveira. Eustace dispossessed, but it's a Phoenix ball. In fact, no, it's a Hawks ball. And I don't think Tom Claver's got that one right. I think it did come off the Northern Hawks last, but they've had a couple callers go against him. So they get one going for them this time. And could it prove costly? It's Jelenovic, finds Ropley. Rickard Ropley, a save from Fitzgerald. And Habta Gergish does well. Oliveira does even better, and he gets it back. Habta Gergish, what a save from Famato. And Houston, there it is. Just Houston sealing the 3 points you'd think for the Northern Hawks. However, you can't underestimate the importance from that last-ditch save from Daniel Famato. The Phoenix at one end could have made it 4-4, but an amazing save from Famato parried it right into the path of Houston, who finished with a plumb into the empty net. 5-3 now, and this game wrapped up, you'd think. However, you can't discount the Phoenix, who have put in a gallant effort, and they're still creating opportunities. That one flying wide from De Oliveira. And Famato, he goes long. He's one-on-one with the Nemeni, but he can't make anything of it. Jelenovic is De Oliveira. He's still got fire in his eyes, but a loose pass, and Jelenovic saw Fitzgerald off his line, but couldn't keep it on target. And the persistence from Phoenix, they're still going with the fifth man. Nemeni, he's given that one away, but he makes up for it with that sliding challenge. Famato, and is he going to have a goal of his own? Not quite. Didn't miss by much, however. Eustace, Nemeni. He beats Rindell. However, can't force it out to Eustace, who has Rindell. Ropley down the line. Houston. Back row to Rindell, who is under pressure and forced out. Haptic Gergic now one-on-one with Jelenovic. And T.C. Oliveira up, who gives it away. And Rindell, he's not going to miss from there. He is. He's hit the outside of the woodwork, Devon Rindell. However, it's game, set, and match either way, as the seconds trickle out. 9, 8, 7 left on the clock. It's all done and dusted. The Hawks will come away with the victory as Haptic Gergic's shot flushes wide, and the final score 5-3. Jelenovic, Brennemeyer, Houston, DeFilippis and Rupley scoring for the Northern Hawks, with De Oliveira scoring a brace and Limbacia getting the other one for his side. We'll be joined in, or we will be back in just a moment with the Women's Supa-Liga action between the Northern Hawks and the Phoenix Futsal Club. I'm John Goodlich, and I am out.